And we're back. We're back again. Welcome, guys, to the Ricky2ra podcast, episode 20. We've made it. We've made it to 20 episodes, 20 weeks, 2020. Everything's 20. I'm not 20, but I'm in my 20s, if that made any sense at all. But yeah, we're back again, and yeah, it's been a journey and a half. Even though 20 episodes sounds very early on compared to like 50 or 100, I'm just happy that I've hit the episode 20 mark. See if we can get to 50 episodes. That's kind of like the target now. I know it's like another 30 weeks. It'll be sometime maybe next year, if I'm correct, that we might hit that. But yeah, I'm happy with how it's going so far, and I hope the previous episodes you guys enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this slight new format of me talking about different topics into one episode. I've not really been cutting anything out of my episodes, so what you hear, whether you're watching and listening on YouTube, whether you're just listening on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, whatever you're listening to on the podcast, all of this is just all in one take. I do not cut any of my stuff out. I don't really, add any music into it. I know I said I was going to try some interlude stuff, but looking back on some of my episodes, I kind of like it like this at the moment. There's no tweaking things. I just like to just record it in full, put it out, and then stick some highlights on my Instagram and other socials as well. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it at the moment, and you never know, in the future we could change the format again and see. I've been doing this with no microphone as well, just to let you guys know if you guys haven't sussed this out yet. This is literally just me, got the Anchor app on my phone, hit record, and job's a good one. So what you guys are listening to me on the podcast, so if you're in your car, you're walking, you're in the kitchen doing something, or you've got me on your headphones, this is literally just from my phone you're listening to right now. Whereas if you're watching on YouTube, I've literally got my camera on a GorillaPod and the audio straight from the camera. I have not got a microphone on my camera. I have not got a microphone on my phone. So yeah, literally just done 20 episodes without a microphone, and I haven't really been really bothered about getting a microphone, but I have been looking at a few things, so maybe in the future we could. But the point of this is that I didn't really overthink about getting equipment before I started episode 1. I just kind of just did it. So yeah, that was the point of that, what I was saying, that if you ever want to start anything, don't worry about equipment wise, just do with what you've got at the moment, and just do it, because that's what I've done. I've just somehow hit 20 episodes. So yeah, let's get into this episode. I'm going to talk about a few things. Just before I do, actually, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pretty long episode. Now, I don't mean like an hour long. I mean like it's going to, maybe it might hit 40 minutes this time. It might be the longest episode ever, because I know my last episode went to 30 minutes, and I always say, like, at the end of some episodes, like, I didn't even know that I was talking for that long. So I'm pretty sure I am going to be talking for a little bit today, and because I've got the normal 4 topics that I want to talk about, so this probably might hit 40 minutes, even over, perhaps. So if you guys, I really appreciate you guys if you listen the whole 40 minutes, or if you like pause and listen to it later on in your day or stuff like that, or on YouTube if you save me to your watch later category, whatever, and like watch half the episode now, half the episode later. I appreciate it. I just appreciate all of you guys listening anyway. So yeah, let's get into it. What am I going to talk about today in the big episode 20? I had quite a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, and if I had talked about all of these things, this episode would have been over an hour long. So I've kind of got it down to 4 things like I normally do. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the £5 Munch. So if you guys do not know what I'm talking about, I created a £5 Munch video that is on my YouTube channel, so check that out. If you just go onto Ricky2ra, R-I-C-K-Y, number 2-R-A, type that in on YouTube, and if you go on my video, it will be there, probably behind this podcast video if it's not uploaded already. Second thing I'm going to talk about is editing. I just want to quickly talk about my journey in editing, because I've always talked about my journey in Magic, but I haven't talked about my journey editing wise, how I edit my videos and stuff. So I'm going to tell you like what I used before, what I'm using now, and what I've learned in between. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is, it literally popped in my mind yesterday when I was planning all this out. The College Dropout, Kanye's first album. I'm going to talk a little bit about that and why it is significant to me. And the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to tell you about the Batman and Snyder Cut Justice League trailer, my thoughts on it, because you guys know, probably from the birthday special episode, podcast episode, that I am a big superhero movie fan. So I just want to talk a little bit about that as well. So yeah, we're kind of mixing it up this episode. A few things magic wise, a few things music wise, and a few things movie wise. So yeah, let's literally just dig deep into it right now. So, the £5 Munch video. Yes, I've done that, I've recorded it, uploaded it, and you guys hopefully have seen it. So basically the basis of a £5 Munch video is you go to your local shop, or just a shop, or a supermarket even, and you get different like items of food, sweets, whatever that you want to munch on, so that you'd like take home and eat, but it has to be in the £5 mark. So I did that in the shop last week, or the week last week it was, and filmed it, and I got what I thought would be my £5 munch, what I would munch on. So I got like a drink, a couple of sweets, I got like some wafer rolls, crisps and stuff. I've pretty much just ruined the video for you if you haven't seen it, but I won't tell you what I did at the beginning of that video. That was pretty cool, I think. Before we even hit the record button for the £5 Munch, I did something right at the beginning of it, so you can check that out if you want. But yeah, basically I knew about it, but I haven't seen any £5 Munch videos. Actually, that's a lie. I've seen Big Nasty's £5 Munch video actually a couple of years ago, but it never came in my mind to do it like in the shop. So I think I watched his video, but it was only about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months ago. I serve a few lads in the shop, and one day one guy went to the other guy. He was like eating like some Space Raiders or something like that, and he was going to the other guy, "This should be in your £5 Munch, you know." And I was listening and I was thinking, God damn, why haven't I done a £5 Munch video, and I've been working here for ages. So that kind of like sparked the idea for me to do a £5 Munch, but I didn't want to just do it normally. So from what I'd seen from that Big Nasty video where you just go into a shop, buy stuff and leave, I didn't want to do it like that. So basically what I did was, and this fast forward now to about a month ago, I actually looked into it. So the idea came about 4 or 5 months ago, it sparked, and then I kind of like did everything a month ago. So what I mean by that is I watched like quite a lot of £5 Munch videos. I've seen AJ4ra's, Big Zoo's, I've seen Chicken Connoisseur's £5 Munch. I've seen quite a few. AJ4ra's my favourite video that I've seen so far. He knows basically. If you guys ever want to know how a shop works, like with its products, check out AJ4ra's video, because he gets everything spot on, man. He's like the smartest like customer, like he knows about all the stuff in a shop. So I was quite surprised by it, but the way that he just like went to the shopkeeper, and when he got his stuff wrong, it was amazing. Just check out the video, it was awesome. But yeah, I wanted to incorporate magic into the video as well. So what did I write on my notes? So yeah, I wanted to put some magic in it, and I wanted to get my personality more into that video as well, because I've never done a video properly like in the shop where I talk to the camera whilst I'm doing magic. Maybe I've done it once or twice, I can't remember from the top of my head. But for this one, I actually do talk to the camera, and I create like this story, and it all forms together with the theme of the £5 Munch. And if you are a little bit confused, it will make sense if you watch that first half, or even that first part of the video, of the £5 Munch video, what I'm talking about. So I wanted to do that first, and then get everything like what I'd get for my £5 Munch. And I kind of like give some tips in between as well. I'm not an expert at stuff like that, like giving tips and stuff, but I've worked in the shop for a while now, and I've seen like customers like see how they get value out of their stuff. So I kind of just got the tips from there and just set them on camera really as well whilst I was getting my stuff. But yeah, it turned out really well. I really want to touch on that personality part again, just because I felt like it was more of me in that video. I know in past videos I've just put music in the background, not talked, and I've shown the actual piece of magic that I've been doing, and that's great because the magic speaks by itself. Like anybody from any country can see that and instantly connect with it. Because I'm not saying anything, the magic is so visual that everybody in the world will understand it. But I wanted to do something a bit different that I've not usually done properly before. So me actually talking to the camera, showing the magic, and then actually going around the shop and talking as well. That's something completely different that I've done. And it's probably the longest ever video that I've done talking to the camera. It was about a 15-minute video for that whole £5 Munch clip. But yeah, it did. I really liked it. It's probably up there, and I usually cringe at like past videos that I've done, just because I know I could have done better. But I can rewatch that video all day because it's not perfect, but it's just, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And it wasn't scripted at all. Like nothing in that video. This was all in one take, except I had to stop the camera just for a second, just so I could put the sheets up for the drinks fridge. Because if you noticed in the video, 1 second the sheets are closed for the fridge and the next second it's open, just because I got so excited filming the video I forgot to actually open the sheets for the fridge because we were closed at the time. So that's why all the sheets were down. But other than that, everything was just off the top of my head really. I didn't know what I was going to get. I didn't know how much it would be. I'd had to add it up, so all that stuff was real. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing that video, and I'm so happy that it's happened. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you watched it, if you haven't, please check it out, because it's basically in the shop where you've seen most of my magic videos anyway. So yeah, I'd check that out, guys. Okay, so that is basically the £5 Munch topic that I wanted to get off my mind. I talked a little bit about it in my vlogs that I've done on my channel, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth on the podcast. So, moving on to editing. This is something that I've probably put in my ideas for most of my videos when I'm planning them. But I never really talked about it. I've like crossed it off because I wanted to talk about other things rather than that. But since this is the 20th episode, and I thought, you know what, I'd share it because I was writing some points down yesterday, and actually the journey from my editing is kind of like the journey from my magic. I started off with basically iMovie, the free editing software you get with like your MacBook or like your iMac. But at that time, it was probably about 2012, 2013. I got a MacBook Air, I think it was. Do you know them laptop ones, like the small ones? And iMovie was on it, and I had no idea how to use it. I just mess about with it, and I'd like take videos of my dog, and just do you know, like just make home family like movies. Do you know, like I was so interested. I think I had like a little flip camera at the time, and I just like record around the house and stuff like that, and I try put it in and like edit it, and it was really bad. I probably still have that MacBook somewhere. If I look back on it, it'll all still be on there. But I was really interested, and I'd look up like YouTube videos on how to like actually use it, like what like button does what on the software. So slowly I'd like build myself up to actually edit videos, and they weren't great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like an editing expert like now, but back then it was just really bad, and I think I used the iMovie software for about 4 or 5 years. So if you've seen any of my videos from probably 2012 to, well, I didn't do any videos until 2015. So probably if you've seen any videos from about 2014, 15 time up to 2016 / early 17, I'm gonna say, that was probably edited on iMovie. I definitely know I've got quite a few YouTube videos in my early days. They were all edited on iMovie. So if you do go on my YouTube channel, all them early videos that I'm talking about in that year gap would probably be on iMovie. But yeah, I got Final Cut Pro. It was kind of like a birthday present. I got it, so I got that, and it was even more confusing because I did not know how it worked. It kind of looked like iMovie, like some of the stuff was similar, but it had a lot more features that I'd never used before. So I slowly kind of just looked up YouTube videos on how to use Final Cut Pro, what features are different to iMovie, this and that, and I started using it quite a lot. Probably in about 2017 or 2018, I can't remember which year. I did loads of videos, like Instagram ones. I started using that, but slowly I didn't actually use it. And this year is probably my most that I've used it out of any other year. But I kind of like got used to it now. I've used different effects like and transitions and stuff. I'm not an expert at it, but I kind of really enjoy editing. Like I don't have to record, like I can record a video and I don't have to worry about sending it to somebody to edit, because I kind of feel like I have a basic understanding of how to edit on Final Cut. So I kind of just do it myself, and I'm slowly trying to get like different effects and stuff, trying to like make my videos a little bit different to what you normally see. So probably a good example of that is the What's Poppin' video, where I literally filmed it over there in my room, and I had like the camera tilted up to the ceiling where all my cards are, and I was like doing some like cardistry moves, and I kind of like looked up a cool effect on YouTube to do, and I learnt that, and I incorporated that into the video. So like both angles of the screen are moving until it like sits perfectly into one. So that's a pretty good example of that. If you guys are interested in looking at cool effects to do on editing, I would definitely recommend King Tut's Pro. I think it's called. Yeah, King Tut's Pro. KingTutS. S, I think, and then Pro, Pro. I'm pretty sure it's that. He's got really cool tutorials on effects and stuff. If you use Final Cut Pro, I'm sure he does it on different softwares as well, but I've just seen it on Final Cut Pro. But he does some really cool tutorials, and I've learned quite a lot off him over the years as well. So definitely check him out as well if you haven't already. And yeah, the rest is basically history. What you've seen now, from like my £5 Munch video to this podcast that's going to be uploaded on my YouTube channel. It's going to go through Final Cut Pro. I'll add my logo, which is going to be here on YouTube if you're watching. And yeah, literally just download it, upload it to YouTube, and jobs are good 'un. So yeah, that's basically the history from moving from iMovie to Final Cut Pro. Oh, wow. So we're 20 minutes. We're not actually doing that bad, you know. There's me thinking like last week, I was saying like we're going to try and get it to like 20-25 minutes, and it ended up being 30 minutes. And here's this week saying it might be over 40 minutes, and we're already on 20. So this might actually be not even 40, but let's not jinx it. Okay, so next topic, the college dropout. Ricky, why in the hell did you put this down? Total honest answer, I have no idea. I was literally last night in my room, so here, and I was on Spotify, and I just felt like listening to the college dropout. So I played a few tracks from there, and I was like, you know what, I got to add this in now. So this was kind of like just a topic that was just meant to be in this episode. So there was no reason for actually adding this. It popped in my mind. I've actually got the CD, the college dropout CD, in my car, so I listen to it like nearly all the time when I'm driving. So it's probably up there, one of my favourite albums of all time for me. I used to listen to it all the time, still do now. You know, like when you listen to albums and stuff, it brings back like different memories and stuff. It reminded me of my college days. That's probably in a whole different like podcast episode when I want to talk about that. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of that, because I used to, like, I know it was made in 2004. Well, not made, but like it got released in 2004. But I kind of like listened to it even more like back then, like 2015, probably 2016. So that's probably when I listened to it even more. Funnily enough, I haven't actually used any song from this album on a video, even though it's probably one of my favourite albums. And I have been thinking about it, but I haven't like found the right thing to do for it yet. Like, what was I was gonna use a song. What's it called? It's called Get 'Em High. That's it. And I was going to use the start of that. I'm like giving away my idea now. Watch somebody use it. But it's called Get 'Em High, and I was going to use the first part of it when it starts. And if you haven't listened to it, just type it on YouTube or something. Or if you got Spotify, just type in Get 'Em High, Kanye West. I was going to use like the first like probably 20 seconds of that, or 30 seconds for a video, but I didn't know what like to do in the video. But it's always been on my mind, that, and I'm not talking about like I just made that up now or yesterday. Like, that's been in my mind for nearly about 7-8 months now. I'm not even messing about. I've probably written it on my notepad numerous times in the past somewhere. But yeah, I was meant to use that for something, and I haven't, still to this day, I haven't figured out anything to do it with. I don't want to do it with card moves, and I just haven't found like the magic piece or the magic video, or just like a video to use it in yet, which is, it's not bugging me out. But if something does pop in my mind and I write it on my notepad, I'll go back one day, it'll add up, because it has in the past for different videos as well. But you know, like the classic songs like All Falls Down, Workout Plan, you know, you got Through the Wire, you got so many classics. on that album. So if you haven't checked out The College Dropout, come on man, where have you been? Like, check it out, for real, like for real, like don't just hit on any of the tracks, like properly play it from track 1 all the way down to the end, because it's one of them albums where it has like skits in between as well, which is quite funny. I still laugh at them to this day, even when I'm in my car, man. Just some of his skits that he does in that album is just hilarious. So I would definitely check out The College Dropout, a classic album, which is probably one of my favourites up there as well. Maybe I might do a few other albums I like in future episodes, we'll see. But this was just something that popped in my mind whilst I was planning this episode out. So yeah, that is The College Dropout. And finally, I've been so excited, like you don't even know how excited I am about, I've got to sit up straight now on my chair. I'm so excited about this, and I'm so sorry if you're not like a superhero fan or like a Batman fan or like just in general. I am. So I was so excited when I seen this on YouTube. It popped up and I was like, oh my god, I've got to see this. So the Batman, okay, Robert Pattinson is playing Batman, and when I first seen this get announced, I was like, okay. And then when I seen the trailer, I was like, what? I was like going crazy, man. And yeah, oh man, there's just so much to process. This isn't going to be like an in-depth review of the trailer. This is just going to be what I thought. So first of all, Robert Pattinson looks great as Batman, okay? Like in the suit, everything like that. He looked like amazing. Like Batman looked like proper like year 1 Batman. So his suit's just amazing. Okay, the Batman suit. Oh my god, Batman literally beat the crap out of this guy, man. Like, watch the trailer if you haven't seen it, like, and the way that it started, that trailer with the Riddler, and oh man, you just know how dark this movie is gonna be. Oh man, I can't wait for it. October next year. And I read somewhere on Twitter actually yesterday that in that trailer though, it was only 30% of the movie, because I haven't like finished the movie. So only 30% of the movie had only been recorded, and they used that footage into the trailer, part of the footage into the trailer. So I can't imagine like what the rest of the movie is going to be like, because it's going to be amazing. It's going to have like Penguin in it, Riddler. Oh, it's going to be crazy, man. It literally is. So all the Batman fans out there, can't wait till next October, man. It's going to be crazy because of like Halloween time and like dark Batman. Oh, it's going to be crazy, man. So I've literally watched that trailer like 2-3 times already. I'll probably literally watch it another 2-3 times today and then like tomorrow. And yeah, it might be sad, but it's freaking amazing, man. The way that he just went up, like the guy went, who you supposed to be, and he went up and he was like, I'm vengeance. It was like, oh man, you just know it's going to be a badass film, man. And another one, the Snyder Cut Justice League trailer, okay? I watched Justice League and I wasn't really, well, it was 50-50, no, it wasn't great. I'm sorry, I was trying to be nice, but some stuff, like, when they first released the Justice League trailer, for those that do not know, this movie has already been released, but the director, Zack Snyder, had to drop out due to personal matters, so he could not finish the film. So another director came in, made some tweaks and changes, took a load of stuff out, put a load of stuff of his stuff in. He didn't have enough time frame for the release date, so the whole film got released in just a big lump of chaos. So this got released in like 2016, I believe. I can't remember. 2016, I'm guessing. Yeah, it wasn't, like, you could tell like a lot of changes had been made last minute. and some stuff that they released initially in the trailer was not actually in the movie, and I was so sad because when I'd seen the actual trailer back then for Justice League, like when it first got released, like 2016, there was that part where Alfred was working on that bike or that car, and you could just hear like drops, like somebody dropping, and like you could see like the on the water, do you know, like when somebody's like stamping their feet and you can hear like the vibration from the water. I was waiting for that bit in the movie, but it never came. So that was a Zack Snyder scene, but apparently it got put into a deleted scene, but they totally ruined it anyway. But anyway, the trailer, the Snyder Cut trailer, that is going to be the full movie that's going to be out next year. I can't wait for it because, first of all, you see Darkseid right at the beginning of the trailer, which was the whole point of this movie. That's going to build up to him. He's like the Thanos of the DC universe. And yeah, you see Black Suit Superman. You see, who else? You just see all these scenes that never got put in to the movie, and Steppenwolf looks completely different. Oh, podcast, I'm back. YouTube, I'm back. Sorry, my camera turned off. Only for a split second. But yeah, Steppenwolf looks completely different. So that's going to be interesting to see. But overall, I really enjoyed both trailers, the Batman and Justice League. So I cannot wait until they're both released. Wow, we're 30 minutes in. We're 30 minutes in, guys, into episode 20. And that is it, basically. That's a wrap. You can tell, like, this is the notes that I made last night, YouTube, if you can see this. These are all my notes, and I've gone through all the points. And I'm just so happy that we made it. Like, I really appreciate you guys. Like, I know I say it time and time again, but I really appreciate you guys watching and listening. What's the time now? 8:51 in the morning. Yeah, thank you again for listening to episode 20. Yeah, I'm just happy. You don't know how happy I am. Like, I might not sound it, but I'm really happy that we've done this today. So yeah, thank you again for watching on YouTube. Thank you again for listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, whatever you're listening to. I'm Ricky2ra. I'll see you guys next time in episode 21. I hope you have a great day or night, wherever you are.